Now I'm going to welcome Dynamic Magazine's board chair, Mr. Eugene. I want to let you guys know that unfortunately he could not make it today, but we're going to go ahead and have Mr. Eric Fisher, who is the principal manager of Southern CA Edison, and also he's a Dynamic Magazine board member. Without further ado, I'd like you to welcome Mr. Eric Fisher.
How's everybody doing today? Well, I don't like being up on stages. Do you guys mind if I come down there with you guys? All right. I really want to be in touch with you. I believe there's an opportunity here to talk about something that's relevant. I think when I listened to the panels today, I had a chill that came over my body that was just unreal. I mean, every panel was just phenomenal, and it made me think about what I had originally came to speak about, which was diversifying diversity. And then when I heard those panelists, and then when I ended with those millennials, you know what, there's so much work for us to do. You know, because when I look at that future is so bright, and we've got to continue. So I want to make sure we give a hand to the millennials that spoke today. Thank you. Because it gave me a lot to think about. So when I really thought about it, I went back and I said, you know what, scrap the speech I originally wrote. And it resonated three things with me. One was belonging, two was the value that we can bring, and the third was being a voice. And when I say that, it's this journey that I think I deal with all the time. You know, when I look at, and again, I'm transparent. When I look at the African American community, we've gotten lost. And when I say that, when I look across the spectrum, when I'm out doing outreach and I'm looking at organizations trying to find businesses, you know what? We've gotten lost. And we heard it from our millennials today. And I think it's because it's that disconnect. And what the first thing I heard that really resonated was this: history repeats itself. But I guess I asked the question, and I'll leave you with that, but does it have to? Think about that. Does it have to? And I think, I can't remember your name, ma'am. What's your name again? Tiara? Tiara said it best. She said, you know what? We've got to meet them somewhere to have that discussion. And when I say that, I look at all the different African American chambers, I look at the faith organizations. These are organizations that we have been part of to bring opportunities and advantages to us as businesses, us as parishers of their parish. So you know what, we've got to get back to that. And we've got to start showing the millennials what the opportunities are when they're part of these organizations. Because those were the voices that were uplifting us to be able to say, how can we deliver value for you to make sure that you're getting an opportunity to sit at that table? So when I look at that, I said, how do I go back and how do I start delivering this? And technology would have it lock me, right? And so when I looked at that, the first question I said is, well, you know, we have missed the boat. We keep going after the same businesses. We've got to start getting into those colleges. The entrepreneurs now started high school. So why can't they be part of the Chamber of Commerce? Why can't they be part of the faith-based organizations that run business outreach throughout their churches? But they're saying, hey, if you can't talk to me or meet me somewhere where I can relate, then I'm not going to come. Which means we've got to start changing our perspectives and looking at how do we do that. But then it goes, but they said earlier, you got to show me what the value is, right? So that's having corporations come in and meet with you as faith leaders and talk about putting on programming for the day to where they understand that, hey, these programs are here to benefit you and to benefit you to develop, because this is the business of tomorrow. They don't have a storefront. They got this iPhone, iPad, not the 7, But this is it today. And if we can't meet them there, because they're saying, hey, my consumers are all over the globe. And how can you help me to develop my business to get me opportunities? Because they'll hire, but they want to work from home. They want to work in their pajamas. They only want to come to work for 4 hours. Hey, that's okay. If you're productive and you're able to deliver, then let them come to work for 4 hours. But again, it doesn't have to be history repeating itself. It's about change and bringing value and being accountable to them if we want them to be accountable to us. And then we got to be that change advocate. When we see things that aren't right, I look at organizations like this one. This could be that voice of change. You know what? They can say things that some of us can't because it's the media. Our youth are saying it. They don't need the media. So we've got to get those organizations to change, be our voice. Go out there and say the things that Martin Luther King and others wanted to say and said it, and advocated on the behalf of all races, not just African Americans, not just Latinos, hey, all religions. And I think we can continue to do that. But again, we've lost sight of how do we continue to get the message out. And then I look at why. Because you know what? It's all about community. It's all about community. The more we do, the better we are as a society. And as a society and a community, we can actually evolve change and make it better for the next generation. Because I know that when I look at these youth today, I see everything in myself, but I see even more. And I want to give them that launch pad in order to see the success that I know they're going to enjoy. So with that, I will just say, be part of something. And when you're there, give it 110%. And you know what? If it costs for you to be changed, let them have a seat at your table. You know what? If they have to be a board member, if they have to be an advisory board, have them have a seat. Because you know what? Those are the voices that, like you said earlier, we don't want to hear. Well, I think the young man said it better. He said, we're talking, but nobody's listening. And they want to know the pitfalls and the challenges we've had so they can help us solve those problems. And let's not just shut them out because we said, hey, well, my way is the right way. Because our memberships are dwindling. You know, when I see different races coming together and saying, hey, I'm here because I saw opportunities here, that's really what it's about. Everybody wants an opportunity to be successful. That's what we have to do, create those opportunities. But we can only do that by two-way communication, speaking, listening, and then actually coming together and making successes. So with that, thank you, enjoy your lunch, and have a great day.
Thank you so much to Mr. Eric Fisher.